Alright, so everything's masked off. Canopy, landing gear, about to airbrush. Added an additional inline booster. Hopefully that'll help exhaust some of the fumes. So here we go. And the tank's ready to go. Alright, so I removed all the masking tape off the F-15 Eagle. You know, when you buy furniture and they give you those complimentary hex wrench to tighten the hex nut. So I have so many of them, so I use one to weigh down the nose, and then I put some scratch built plastic to cross brace it so in the future it won't rattle around, but I still need to add another one in the back. And as you can tell, it's just barely enough weight to keep the nose down, so I'm going to add just a little bit more weight. Now I usually use lead sinkers because they're low cost and effective, but in New York City and New York State they actually banned lead fishing sinkers now, so I can't get them anymore because of conservation, wildlife reasons, because the fish and the birds swallow them. I think if they're less than half an ounce they won't sell them, so I can't get lead sinkers anymore. So now I just use, you know, whatever metal I have around the house. So that's what it is with the F-15. I also had some leftover dark gray when I was spraying the nose cone, so then I just use it to lightly mist over the grill openings, and of course the Vulcan cannon, you know, the residue gunpowder will darken that area, so that's why you have a little bit gray, dark gray residual on wherever there's like grills and openings. The tank is doing well. That's what the tank looks like, that light olive green look. So we'll take it from here. Here we are at the final reveal of the Monogram 148 scale F-15 Eagle. It was a great kit to assemble. It is of high standard and quality that you would expect from Monogram kit. Decals held up well through the years. One thing I want to point out was the canopy frame is gray with red detail, but the instructions tell you to paint the canopy frame red. So here is the final product. It was fun to build. I highly recommend it. You can still get it as under the Revell name, and it's the F-15C that you can get now with large decals of an eagle on the fuselage and wings, so it looks like a gigantic eagle flying in the air. This, of course, is the F-15A, as you can tell from the decals. It specifies U.S. Air Force F-15A. You can depict the plane in flight. Just assemble the landing gear up. No boarding ladder and no remove before flight pins or tags. I, of course, want to show all the details, so that's why the canopy is open. Air brakes are up. Remove before flight decals, which I think are a nice touch. So this scene depicts the pilot probably just climbed and in his seat. He still has to do his pre-flight to check all the operating flaps and elevators. Then make sure everything's working. Ground crew will have to remove all the remove before flight tags, stow the boarding ladder, and guide him out as he taxis onto the runway. This kit also, I've never applied so many of these no step notice on the wings. You may want to apply just a few or just omit them altogether, but I followed the directions or instructions and they told me to install them, so that's why there's so many of them. I also did something that I like to call post shadowing. So pre-shadow, you spray the panel lines and vents and then spray the gray. This one I waited until the very end after the gray and after the flat clear coat. Came back with the airbrush at 15 psi with the smallest airbrush needle, 0.2 millimeter, and I use dark gray or panzer gray, same color as the nose cone, and I set it to a very light mist, and I just sprayed in straight lines, hand motion, and brought out the detail in the panel lines and the flaps and the vents. So that's what I did. Detail is excellent. You can opt to have the pilot out, but I always liked figures because they look more realistic, and you can still see the canopy, the cockpit detail. The figures are very detailed, sharp molding and sharp details. That's the ground crew, even including his wristwatch. Pilot. So it comes with a hinge to display the nose cone in the open position, but I like to have the option of displaying it with the nose cone off to show the radar, and on. So even though I reworked the hinge, it wouldn't swing closed correctly, so I just opted for magnets. So here is the detail. This strong radar dish, radiation hazard. See the magnets, and I just assembled it like that. Let me do a 360. I highlighted the turbofan detail in the back, as you can see. And let me try to show you underneath, because the pilot may come out or the nose cone may fall off. That's what it looks like underneath. The 20mm Vulcan cannon. And it's interesting to read all the caution decals and wording. So that's basically it. Hope you guys enjoyed this build. It was a pleasure. I had lots of fun with it. Anytime you spend time detailing it, it pays off at the very end. I will have stills at the very end. And as usual, thanks for watching.